the two functions, what will happen here when you write this like this? So when you call this, let's say add 2 comma 3, right? And then, okay, I will start with this one. Here you pass this 10 to n1, and then you pass 20 to n2. So this is what we are going to pass. And then what will happen? You print 30 here. No value comes under this. So that's why you get a 30, because it goes here in print 30. And then after that, when you try to print whatever the answer, it says none. Now, if you look at the next one, it's a slight change. Instead of print, we use return here. So what has happened when you use this? N1 gets 10, N2 gets 20, and then you say return statement. Return means answer will come back here. Right, so this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. So that's why you can keep on continue, use this fashion. So these are known as functions with the return values. Right. Okay. පොතට මේක ලියා ගන්න ඕනද?
ඔව් සර් ලියා ගන්න.
ලියා ගන්න එන්න. So what it means here, when we call add 10 comma 20, 10 will pass to n1, 20 will pass to n2, and then here what has happened, it will add and it will print it. Nothing will come back, no value will come back. That's why when you try to print answer, you will get none, because no value is coming back. But the second one, when add v2 version 2 of that 10 comma 20 is called, the number 10 will be assigned to n1 and 20 to n2. Then the result, then the sum of two numbers will be returned back to the caller. So idea here is we will add this and it will come return back to the caller, means here. Then answer will get that value. Make a note of this. When you finish, please let me know using the chat. Okay, a new question. I want you to try this, right? Triangular numbers, I hope you know. What are the triangular numbers?
1, 3, 6,
Uh,
10, 15.
so even you can have zero if you want. So zero, you can start with zero, or maybe we can start with one. Let me say what? 1, 3, 6, right? Then it goes as 10 and so on. Triangle number. I won't write a function called triangular, and if I put 1, I should get the answer 1. If I put triangular uh, to 3, then we should get 6. A define a function, define a function, define a function to calculate specific triangular. තනීම හදල මට වන්න පුතේ. If I put triangular 1, I should get an answer. Right now there's no function called triangular. Right, let me explain one more time. The task given to you is given a number, we are trying to print that particular triangle number. So if it is 1, then triangular number is 1. If the value is 2, then the triangular number is 3. Then when number 4, the triangular number is 10. So what we need to create is something like this. When you say triangular 1, it should output 1. Triangular 3, then it should say 6. Right. Now to do this, we want to first of all identify the relationship. You see that. So there are two numbers written, and then 3 and 6. So in this between, you have 2, then 3, then 4, and so on. So what I did, I got a for loop going from 1 to t. T is the desired value. If it is 4, right? If the t is 4, then this becomes t plus 5. So that you use some of them, right? K equals 0, and n goes from range 1 comma t plus 1, and then within that you add n to k, and you print k value, right? Okay, so with that one we finish the what you call functions, right? So let's move on to the next one. So when we can further manipulate the values, so those are called functions with return values. If you try this in your console, right, let me new share Python shell. Yes, you can see now. So these are ABS5. So these are built-in functions, which means you can get it and assign to like this, and still you get the correct answer. So likewise, power off, power POW. Two comma three. Right, now let's look at the max. So this is to say that, okay, give me the maximum value out of the two, right? If you have something like this, right, it will say 105. So all these you can store in some variable. So for example, the same thing, if I say yes, right, when you say print y, yes, we will get this. So all these functions are known as functions with return values. Okay, let's move on to the slides. Right. ඕන මේක ලියා ගන්න මේක එච්චර අමාරු එකක් නෙමෙයි. විනාඩි 5 ලියමු. This will explain both the function as well as the main program. So we are getting two inputs here, I, J, and then we use the function. We call the function here, right? So in this particular case, we call the function. When we say call the function, the value of I goes to number 1. This value of I goes to number 1. J goes to number 2. You calculate the answer. You come back, assign it here, and then it will print the output. Right. The next one. අපි මේක කරන්නේ ස්ක්වයර් කරාද
Yes.
නෑනේ
No.
right okay මේකෙදි මම උත්තරේ දෙන්නම් පොතේ මේකෙදි මම කරන්න යන්නේ කලින් පාවිච්චි කරපු එකම ආයසරයක් පාවිච්චි කරා right function can call functions කියන එක දැන් උදාහරණයක් විදිහට මගේ කලින් එකේ rectangle එකට ලිව්වා මෙහෙම කොහමද rectangle එක ලිව්වේ we will get rectangle we will get width and height basically you multiply the width and height and you return. Now, if you want to ask the area square, right, you need in a square, you need only one value. And basically here, instead of calculating that, you call this function. So you see here, same function is called. So what will happen, you submit length to width, length again to height. So here it will demonstrate, so you can have functions within the function. I'm going to discuss another idea like so let's look at this code. So in this code you will see there's a function called change a. Within that one you change the value of a to 1 and then here are the output. So you first print a, then you call the function and then you print a again. Under string, I told you strings are a set of characters. Now let's say we define a string called dialog, right? When you say dialog string, so we can get individual characters by using what we call the index. So each of the characters we can extract. Okay, let me show you this in the code. Now, what I said here is, let's take a string and let's take its dialog. Now, if you say print s, it will print the whole string. But if you say print s0, that 0 stand for the index value, it will print the first character, right? So can you tell me, if I want to print the third character, what should I type here?
S2.
That should be 2, right? So that will print A. So likewise, if you want to print the last character, we can say S. You start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that will be 5. This is we call forward indexing. So the first one is 0, then 2, then 5. And then you can come backwards as well. Now if you say this, print S minus 1, then it print G. Then from the back side, the first one is, for index is minus 1, right? And then print S minus 3 will same here. You will see here minus 3. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. You will have L, right? Same. And then if you say print S minus 6, you will get the first character. So this is how you can actually manipulate. Now let me share the, so in this case, let me share the code. So let's take down this and then we'll try to understand. Rhythmically again.